Hello everyone, my name is G and I'm here today to show you how to become a witch with a quick DIY tutorial. I want to thank Hallozween for having me and putting me in the e-magazine. Much appreciated. And yeah, let's get spooky. Okay, let's get started. I've tied all my hair back. I've put on my the witch's outfit I could find. A costume makes the look even better. So I'm going to start with a green. I'm using Tag Body Art. And we're just, if I can get it open. Beautiful. Any face paint could work. Brands such as Montmartre, really good, quite cheap. They work just as well. I love using both. Yeah. So I'm just going to wet this up. Get my kabuki brush. Make it nice and wet. Beautiful. Fill that up with some paint. Too easy. And then we're going to start with our hands. Now, make sure to remove all jewellery, which I haven't done. I'll do that right now. And just pop it up here. Beautiful. If I can get it off. Bear with me. Okie dokie. So, what we're going to start doing is I'm just going to cover my chest first. Just make sure that everything is nice and green. As you can see, we're going to go for a green. Nice green evil witch. Now, this covers quite nicely and quite quickly as well. Beautiful. We're just going to cover the whole chested area as much as you can. Lovely. Beautiful. I've just got my mirror over there, so I don't mean to be rude. I am here. I just don't have enough space in this room to put the mirror behind the camera. Now, I will fast forward. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cover my chest, my arms, my hands, also the insides. Just wait for it to dry. I'm also going to cover my face as well. And then we're going to jump into a different colored green, do some contouring, and start making her look a bit older, a bit creepier. The witch that we all know. Okay, as you can see, I haven't done my face purely because I want to show you guys how to do a quick brow block. It's super easy and anyone can do it. All you need is either some baby powder or a translucent powder, like a makeup powder. RCMA is a really good one that I use as well. And a Boss stick. Blue one. You can use any kind of school glue stick type thing. I use the blue one because when it dries it's clear and I can see it. And you will also need a spoolie, one of these, beautiful, and a puffer. That's what we're gonna do. Also, I forgot to mention, when painting your arms, legs, limbs, make sure you leave the inside of your hands clean, or if you're working on someone, make sure that's one of the last things you paint, just because if I need a sip of caffeine, I don't want to turn everything green or whichever color I have on me. But yeah, so I'm going to do my arm and then I'm going to show you guys how to do a brow block. Too easy. If you hear rustling in the back, it's just my doggos. And make sure you get as far back as possible because you don't want to turn and take a photo and it not be green. So we just want to make sure our coverage is on point. Now with this one, I'm not going to do the inside of my hand, just because I have to touch a lot of things, or have a sip, or go to the toilet, either one. But yeah, just saying, you don't want to do that. If you don't have one of these little brushes, no stress. You can use a wider face paint brush, or you can even use a sponge. Completely up to you. I use a kabuki brush because the distribution is really nice, and you can see the blending just like that. Nice. And you can create a few layers by going over. Yeah, but we can see now everything is definitely going to be green in my beautiful home. Now I'm just gonna make sure I cover all of these. I've done all the way up to my elbows, all the way down as far as I can see. I'll fix that up. I will fix that up, and okay, I am green. My inner She-Hulk is coming out. Joking. Okay, so next is the brow block. Now always prior to starting, make sure you've put some moisturizer on your face or anything. You just don't want anything to get too dry. Same if you're working on a client. Make sure you've done a good skin prep beforehand. Also with the little kids, the little minions that we dress up for Halloween, they could use a bit of moisturizer as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my Boss Stick. I'll show you guys. I'm just going to get a small amount out. And I do apologise, I'm going to move this back a little bit so I have a bit more space and you guys can see what I'm doing. Now, about an amount this much. Cool. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to really get into my brow. Brush the glue the other way. Now you can use your finger for this as well if you need to. Just make sure you get a nice little coverage on there. Fabulous. Ooh. Make sure all those little mini ones are down. Lovely. There we go. Alright. And just make sure I don't get too much glue on my face. Really easy to get off. Just a bit of, dip your finger in a bit of water. I'm just gonna make sure that that's nicely on there. Then I'm gonna use my spoolie, and I'm gonna brush the hairs up, just like this. Beauty. Make sure they're all sticking. And then I'm going to put a bit more of the Boss Stick over. Lovely. And like I said, this one's really good because it dries clear. I'm just going to get in there with my finger. Make sure it's all... Don't worry if green transfers at that point in time, your face is going to be green. Anyways, so that's exciting. And then I'm going to do the other one. Same amount. Just get right in there. Oh, there's a hair there in the way. There we go. Lovely. Now everyone has a different way of doing a brow block. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. If you know of a better way to do it, then by all means do it your way. This is just the way that I was taught. As you guys can see, ISO has been very, lockdown here in Melbourne has been very kind to my bushy eyebrows, which right now really works for this look. Cool. I'm just gonna get that up there. But yes, like I said, if you have a different way of doing it, you can do it. You don't necessarily have to glue your eyebrows down for this look. If you have bushy eyebrows like me, use them to your advantage. Make them a bit darker using some eyeshadow. Make them a bit darker, a bit spookier. And that should complement the look quite nicely as well. I'm blocking mine out today because I want a lost my train of thought. I want to draw some meaner and scarier ones on. That's what I want to do. So here I have a little bowl with my powder in it. So I'm just gonna dip that in there. Close your eye and just pack that on. Apply a tiny bit of pressure. Beautiful. Lovely. Just wipe over the eye. Make sure I can open it. And same with the other side. Here we go. And just like that. And then all you have to do is just run your finger over after that and make sure we're all glued down. As you can see, I've got a few stowaways here. So easy fix, just a bit more of our glue stick. Lovely. And I can see this little bad boy here does not want to stay down. Now, if this at any stage gets a bit pasty, which it really could because of the powder and everything, like I said, just dip your finger in a tiny bit of water and that will fix it right up as well. Too easy. I'm just going to get these little bits down as well. Use your spoolie, get back in there. Lovely. And then I've just got these little minions over here that need a new bit of a lie down. There we go. That could be my witch's voice. Do you like that? Bit of a lie down. Come here, little kids. I'll cook you for dinner. Okay. Just gonna leave that for a memento. Just make sure. Clean my tools as I go. Always a good little thing. And I'm just gonna powder that inner corner there. Beautiful. Lovely. What a look. What a look. Now, if you want to color match these, that's a whole different ball game. But today, we're going to be green. I'm just going to use this big fluffy brush just to get rid of some excess powder. Lovely. And there we go. And I'm just going to fix up these edges. See how it's gotten a bit flaky? Easy fix. Bit of water. Finger. Now this will be a bit green for me because, you know, I made the mistake of painting my fingers before touching my face. Just a little bit like that. And you can just have a little cotton pad just to wipe it down. If you don't want to use your fingers, a cotton pad works fine as well. I'm just going to do that. And up here as well. There we go. And yeah, beautiful. Now, pop that down there. Fabulous. And they're feeling really nice. Just give them a good once over. Sometimes they might still feel a bit gluey. And let's wait for it to dry a little bit. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my kabuki brush again and we're going to get more green. I've decided to go with a bit of a darker-ish green because I have a forest green that I can play with to create a bit of definition. So here we go. Ooh, always remember to get the ears. You can use 2 different brushes to paint the ears, but you know, we want to look as witchy as possible. I always used to forget my ears, always. And then you do this whole look and I'm a werewolf, but my ears appear to have no fur and they're human. So, ooh, look at that. Lovely. Get in there behind. Ooh, nice little ear massage. Nice. right in there. Now we will use a smaller brush just to get in under the eyes and everything. This is just to do a bit of a full coverage. Lovely. Oh, let's get that forehead. Now I'm just going to go into my hair a tiny bit, just because I have a few little, not bald spots, but the hair is quite thin on those spots. So that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm going right into it. And with you covering your brow, you just kind of want to dab the paint in as much as you can, because the paint is wet, so it will take a bit of the powder off. So there's that. But yes, you see those little bald spots? That's okay, easy fix. I'm painting the hair black. If you have black hairspray, go for it. Or if you want him or her to have red hair, give them red hair. Really, witches can have any kind of hair. Ooh, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance my brows, because they are so bushy that I actually love it. I adore it. So I am just going to black over them. And oh, look at you go, girl. Now, it's okay if it looks a bit patchy. You can, it just adds a bit more texture to the skin, which I think looks natural-ish if you had green skin. Now, I'm just going to use a smaller brush here, bit of water, just to get right in there and in there, which a lot of people don't like, people touching their ears, but it just completes the look. I'm not saying jab it in there, I'm just saying paint the outside and the human bits. That's what we want to get rid of. I'm just going to go under my eye. Now, under your eye is where the paint starts to crease the most. With my eyes, definitely creases on the bottom and the top. Which is okay. You just put a bit of powder under it. A very small amount of powder under it. Or else the paint might get a bit crusted. So I'm going to do that. And by small amount, I really mean small amount. I'm just going to dab on top of my eye there. Lovely. It's going to, because it will get a bit sticky. Lovely. Oh, that feels better already. And it just creates a nice little base for when we do our eyes. Okay, people, we certainly are green. Now that I am super green, super duper green, we're gonna move on to the eyebrows. I'm just gonna even this front bit out. It's looking a bit. Oh, I became human. Oh, we need more paint. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna look at my mirror over here. I do apologize. And I'm just gonna even this nicely out over my lips. So I am definitely the greenest, meanest witch out there. Lovely. Ooh, look at it. We're just gonna get back in here. So do a bit of a dab, 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 dab. Okay. Now I'm going to get my beautiful little brush out. And we're gonna give me some eyebrows. You can use any paintbrush for this. I say, getting my black out. They're gonna be quite bold. Very, very bold. That's what they're gonna be. Now here we go. So you just want to start by covering them. Just get that archway in there. Ooh. Ooh. Lovely. Oh, that's good. Oh. Now remember, they're sisters, not twins. But we do want to try and make them sort of siblings. They come from the same. They come from the same mama. Now I'm just gonna do a dabby right here. Ooh, this one's hectic. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Now, of course, they can be as crazy as you want them to be. Mine apparently are gonna be hectic little caterpillars. Beautiful, look at that, boom. It's what we want. And next I'm going to use the same brush and I'm just gonna give some, just lightly, using my finger. Give some age lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some eyeshadow for this part, just to make it a bit more not so there we go. Okay, eyebrows are done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a lighter color, kind of working backwards a little bit. We're just going to dab in there. Ooh. And we just want to do a bit of sort of like highlighting, I suppose. Nice. And then we go back in with the green that we were using before, just to make and your brush doesn't have to be too wet when you do this, because we're just creating a bit of extra, you know, just so she looks like she has a bit of fun. There we go. Beautiful. She can't be one color, you know. But yes. Beautiful. Beautiful little highlight she has there. I'm just going to grab a bit more. Chuck it on the cheeky bits. Now she has some definition I'm just going to go down here as well. Lovely. Oh, and a shiny forehead. What more could you ask for? Okay, lovely. Next, I'm going to move on to the eyes, which I'm going to use Be Nice Neutral palette, brow palette, eye palette, whichever one you want to call it. And I'm just going to get in there, make it a bit more hollow. Now, of course, you can make this look pretty if you wanted to. If you didn't want to be a scary, creepy witch like me, you can definitely make it prettier by, I don't know, give her a bit of a wing, bit of a flick. Now, I'm going to use a smaller black brush, and I'm just going to get in here because, you know, she's been dealing with people. She's a bit tired. I'm going to give her some bags. Good old bags, which most of us have naturally. Because if you're anything like me, bit of a night owl, inspiration always strikes at the wrong hour for me. But that's okay. Right now I'm doing this and it's daylight. It's amazing. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Just going to do the same to the other eye. As you can see, I'm using two different brushes. One just to blend it out. See if they're even-ish. Now, it doesn't have to be too pretty. You know, she is a witchy poo, and it doesn't have to be too pretty. Put this in here. I hope you guys are following all right so far. Do I look tired yet? I was tired before I started. Oh, which reminds me, tired. Coffee break. Okay. Get right in there. Now, with this same little flat brush that I have, I'm gonna just give an extra few lines. Let me just look over there. Looking fabulous. Fab bow. Now I'm just gonna add some age lines. Just lightly. They don't have to be crazy. I'm just frowning because this is my natural frown line. Look at that. So she can get right in there. My little frowny bits. Oh yeah. Look at that. Now you don't always necessarily have to scrunch up your face. Having a reference picture could be really good. Also, if you make a mistake with paint, easy, just do that. Ta-da! Or if you don't like that line there, just easy peasy, fix it up. Now, just this way again. Oh, look at that. And if you feel like, I don't think that brush is really working for me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get a better brush, like this one. I'm just going to get right back in there, make them a bit darker. Well, isn't that just overkill? Oh, we'll just dab it out. Why not? Okay, she is looking nice and tired. Ooh. Now, what we're going to do is, I'm going to grab my beautiful cream flash palette. And we're just going to scoop out a little bit of black. And we are going to use that for our lips for our lippy lips. And also to give her a beauty mark, because who doesn't love a beauty mark? Just bear with me one moment while I close. There we go. Much better. And I'm just... Now, her lips certainly do not have to be perfect. Giving her little corner bits. Not too clown-like, just a little bit of something extra. Now I'm also going to use a tiny bit of this cream, just to just going to powder it down a little bit, just so they can set in nicely there. Beautiful. And then I'm going to give her a nice little beauty spot, just right here. A witchy witch. Which you can see I've just used a cotton tip, a little bit of black, and just squished it right there. Twist around, nice little circle. Lovely. Now let's give her a few wrinkles. I know she's a pretty young witch, but you know, she can have a bit of wrinkly linkies. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of black and just spread that out. Just go up towards the nose, just to create a bit of shadow, and then I'm just going to get in there as well. Beautiful. And preferably use a blending brush if you have one. If not, you can also do this with a bit of paint. The lines will just be a bit harsher. Beautiful. You can always take this up a little bit. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Lovely. And if it's looking too solid for you, you do have your trusty backup paint. And just go over it a little bit, just in case it's looking a bit too not what you want. There we go. She is looking evil. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get into these little lines here. Create just a bit of look at that. She's looking quite old and mean. Not that she has to be old. You guys are more than welcome to turn this into a young one. I'm just trying to make the eyes look scary. Go. And there she is. Mother Witch. Now, what I'm gonna do next is just gonna see if I like to get. Okay, so now we've done all of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use my finger actually, and I'm just gonna get a bit of black, a bit more darkness around the face. If you want, I'm just gonna use my little kabuki, and beautiful. Look at that. Now, if it's this solid or however solid you want it, I'm going to work it down a little bit. I like using my fingers because it just keeps the product nice and warm. Just going to do on the same side, as you guys can see. I'm just going to drag it down, and then my kabuki full of my green is just going to do that. And oh, look, mwah. Mwah. And I'm just going to darken up here as well, and up here as well. Nicely work that in. Lovely. Feel free to always grab more paint. After a while it will pick it up, just because, you know, your skin gets drier the more you sit with it on your face. So we're just going to do that, and then I'm going to do the same with this side. I'm just going to get a bit more of this and just mush it in my fingies, and then I'm just going to do that. Lovely. Now we've got that nice darkness going on. Beautiful on this side. Actually, I like that side better. We're going to add a bit more over here, I think. Just a little bit. Well, excuse you, Miss Witchy. Ooh, lovely. Beautiful. Now there she is. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to work on my hair. I've got a tiny bit of texturing spray, and I'm just going to get in there. Nice little application. And the texturing spray is just going to help me comb this back a little bit. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to wait for that to set in. I'm just going to take it back a bit further, because you know she's a witch. And she's looking good and freaky. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is just going to take bits, and I'm going to look in my trusty mirror over there, and you just want to do a bit of a back comb. Now, like I said, you can paint the hair or leave it natural. That's completely up to you, however you feel. If you want to have blue hair, green face, or if you just want to do the whole look without the green, go for it. It would work either way. It's always fun to experiment with Halloween time and every other time. Ooh. I'm kind of trying to create like a little, not a bird's nest per se, but just make sure that my teasing is framing my face. And also remember, with back combing or teasing, just take small sections of hair at a time and work your way through. Lovely. I am gonna do just enough. I'm just gonna add a bit more texturing spray over here. Lovely. Just gonna go up. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Also, the texturing spray I'm using Style Sexy Hair, and it is Play Dirty. It's a dry wax spray, and it holds quite nicely. I've used it for a few looks. I did a Viking witch, which if you guys go to my Instagram, you can have a look there of my Viking witch. And yes, there was a lot of teething and backcombing involved in that look. Okay, so look at this. Lovely. So what I'm going to do is, you can leave it down or not. I am gonna just take it all together. Get back in there. Take it all together and just loosely clip it. Lovely. So we keep some of that volume that we've just created. And as you guys can see, I don't want that. So I'm just gonna do this bit more. Lovely. This bit as well. Just a little bit. I have a lot of hair, so, and it's quite thick, so me pushing it back, just less hair is what I'm trying to say. Now, what I'm gonna do is take my beautiful brush. I'm going to get my black and we're gonna get right in there. Now, I'm not saying paint your whole head black. If you have hairspray, the colored hairspray, well, by all means use it, because that'd be so much easier. But this is just an easy way for me to do it. And I'm gonna do that and cover it. Just cover the front bits. If you have dark hair or you want to wear a wig, you can do that as well. And like I said, we'll get the green kabuki again and just go in next to the face there. Just so make sure it blends nicely. Lovely. I'm just gonna pop that down. There we go. And as I go, I will work on the hairstyle more and more. So I think I'm gonna put all of this back. And then I think I'm just gonna pull some stuff forward. There we go. Oh, I like that loop there. That's nice and messy. Just like that. Ooh. Pick that back up. And then I'm just gonna get right in there. My hair can have quite a little shiny shine to it, which is not really the color that we want. I'm just gonna look in my mirror here, just get back in there. There we go. Make sure I just get right in here, because that's where all those gaps are in my hair. Your kabuki brush will also work nicely in your hair. The more bristles you have, which I got my kabuki brush from Face Paint Shop Australia, which is really good. Now you can get your tail comb if you like and just get back in there. Just make it a bit more bushy. Lovely. Actually, no, that's not a witch laugh. That's more like an evil laugh. I don't know. I'll work on it. Don't worry, guys. I'll definitely work on it. Okie dokie. Oh, yes. Now, let me just get up here, because that's looking a bit too brown. But that looks great as long as you get the effect. Lovely. To me, it was literally just covering up that bit in the middle there, which had my scalp color. My hair color. I don't know. Okie dokie. Now that is looking fabulous. And we're just going to take the kabuki, which I have misplaced on my beautiful desk here. I found it. And I'm just gonna get in there and just that's transferred some black now. That's okay. Easy fix. We're just get back into the green there. Lovely. There we go. Fabulous. That is basically it, guys. Now you can put some nails on, add some jewelry and everything. I am gonna go get a bucket because we're gonna make my teeth black and make it a bit scary in here, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so let's not forget to paint the last standing hand, just to finish this off. Just gonna get right in there. In between the fingies, make sure you bend your knuckles, get all of the little nooks and crannies. And just wait for it to get nice and dry. Lovely. Pop that down. Now, for my black teeth, I am going to use my zombie black blood, is what they call it. So I'm going to use, just wait for my hands to get dry. Right now I'm looking all smiley, but in a minute. Now you can give her some lashes if you want. That is completely up to you. Okay, let's open this bad boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to decant a tiny bit. Ooh, as you guys can see, it's hectic. This one is just a water-based. It's non-toxic. It can stain a tiny bit, so I do suggest using work on something that's not carpet. I am sitting here and as you can see it's carpeted. Not the best color. Okay, now I'm going to take any paintbrush that I have. Just going to dip it in there. Oh. And that is gonna set. Okay. Okay, so that is gonna do its thing. Got a knot on here. So while that does that, I'm going to take my kabuki, which still has the green on it. I'm just going to dip a tiny bit of black, just like that. Beautiful. And I'm just going to chuck it over my fingers like this. Beautiful. And it's kind of going to be like a little bit of a dry brush, just to add a little bit of drama, because she is a witch. Just going to do the other side as well. Dry brushing is a really good technique. I find it works nicely just to create a bit of depth. Just like that. I'm just going to take it all the way down. Oh, hello. A little bit more. And I'm just sort of like blending it into there. Lovely. And then we've got this beautiful green blend going in. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to paint my nails black with the water-based. Very easy. It doesn't have to be too neat. She's a witchy witch after all. Do the other side. Beautiful. Just do the other side here. Lovely. Oh, look at my teeth. Good. Good, good, good. That is the wrong brush. Okay, so I'm just going to take my beautiful. Now, I've just got some water and some food coloring here, which I've decanted into one of my little trusty cups like I did before with the zombie blood. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my mouth and we're going to have a moment. How amazing was that? Thank you so much, Hallozween, and thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you guys have gotten something out of this and you can start creating your own witchy looks. Thank you very much. Stay spooky.